Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new Netflix film, Lady Chatterley's Lover. And this is an adaptation of a D.H. Lawrence novel, and comes from director Laure de Clermont-Tonnerre, who previously did the film The Mustang, which I love, with Matthias Schoenaerts, and this is a very different film than that one, but I do think this is quite a quality film here that I appreciated quite a bit, and I think I got a lot out of this, especially compared to a lot of, like, Netflix seems to have been pumping out some period dramas and romances, and, you know, there's something that I don't think's ever going to go away. This film has an interesting story and setup to it, but I think what really sells it is the fire and intimacy that it has in terms of, like, this is a sexy movie, and there's some sparks here between this idea of this unhappily married aristocrat, Connie, played by Emma Corrin, who was just in My Policeman. I think she's great in this film. She gives a layered and complex performance, has amazing chemistry with her on-screen lover, Oliver, played by Jack O'Connell, who is very much like that blue-collar, rugged kind of individual that has that kind of animalistic magnetism, and they have some great chemistry together. And in the scenes where they show them getting intimate and this film gets a little more risque, I think it really pops and it really works. And this is a beautifully shot film, and there's the music from Isabella Summers and the cinematography from Benoit Delhomme, and it just all comes together in these very passionate kinds of scenes. And I felt like it reminded me of the piano in terms of, like, the intensity of those kinds of sequences, and you don't see that very often in films like this anymore, and I think that stands out in this film. And you have these two leads who are great together, and Oliver, Jack O'Connell's character, is the gamekeeper on Connie's husband's estate, who Clifford Chatterley, played by Matthew Duckett, who is very much playing that aristocrat in an impressive way. And he is paralyzed from the waist down. He cannot, you know, have kids anymore, and encourages his wife to find somebody to get pregnant, but keep it hush-hush, and they just tell everybody, hey, it's our kid, I can still work it. And this torrid love affair that brews between Connie and Oliver is fiery, it's intense, it's really well shot, and that tension and suspense that builds throughout this film of, like, are they going to get caught? Are they going to be, and, like, the, you know, is it going to happen kind of brewing intensity between them? It feels electric in this film. And, you know, the cinematography, the costume design, the production design, all of that is really quality. I do think it's an interesting story as well, and deals with a lot of that small town politics and classism, and, you know, the place where women were in society at this point, and the fact that, like, she was stuck in this passionless marriage and is given this kind of out, but, like, that's not enough for her. She has to be with somebody, because it's like how her husband sees her and what caring for her and loving her means to him is very different for what she needs and what is meaningful to her. And you feel that in this film, and it's very poignant and moving. And you have some great other supporting work from, like, Jolie Richardson, who plays the woman who's brought in to care for her husband, Faye Marseille, who is one of Connie's connections, who's a bit suspicious of things going on. You have Ella Hunt as well from Dickinson and Anna and the Apocalypse. I think she's great. I really love her. She has a good supporting role here. In general, this is a fiery and passionate love story. There's, even up to the final moments of this film, it just builds that sexual tension and that longing so well. A lot of this works, and I appreciate it, even though, you know, it leans into some of those tired tropes of these kinds of period romances and forbidden love stories. But for what it does right, it elevates over that, and is something worth your time. But those are my thoughts on Lady Chatterley's Lover. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.